I wanted to tell you guys the story of when God fixed my car. I have been called many things because of my generosity. Frivolous, wasteful, unable to prioritize expenses, whatever. I have a big heart, and God knows that. Some of you already know that I spent the entire summer last year traveling in my camping trailer. At the beginning of the summer, like early June, my back brakes went like pretty much completely out, had to have them replaced. It cost like $600. At that time in June, they tell me, your front brakes are getting bad too, and you're going to need to have those replaced soon. After that, I had 3 flat tires, broken reverse, and then my entire transmission went out, and I had to have a rental car for 3 weeks while that got fixed. So I got my car back, took it all the way to Southern Oregon, where I moved to, 3 hours from my house, start driving it around here, pulling my trailer a few more times from place to place until I find a permanent RV spot here. I'm noticing the brakes, right? Like, I'm feeling them grind a little bit. They're starting to squeak a little bit, but I'm just kind of trying to push it and maybe thinking I'm going to take it into Les Schwab, have them check it again soon. And I just keep remembering that, like, at least my back brakes are good. Like, I think I can stop on my back brakes, right? As long as I'm not pulling a trailer. I don't know. So one day I'm sitting in a drive-through and it's a busy line of cars, and I go to kind of inch up to the car in front of me and I put my brakes and they go all the way to the floor. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening right now. I remembered someone said that, like, sometimes if you just pump your brakes, they'll start working again. So that's what I did. And then they started working again. But I just kind of like left space between the person in front of me and kind of coasted my way through the drive-through. And I was like freaked out to drive the car after that. So I was going to go the next day, but I had a couple of things distract me and keep me from going that day. And then the following day, I had to go into town to run an errand. So because I ran that errand first, it took me kind of a roundabout way to Les Schwab, not the traditional way that I would have just gone straight there. And on that path, there was a very elderly looking, very disabled man living in his car, and the door was like cracked open a little bit, and he had cat food kind of sitting outside of his car that was kind of open. And as I drove by, I kind of glanced into his window and saw that he was like sleeping and hunched over in the front seat of his car. And then God's voice came into my head and said, Andrea, you need to give that man the money that's in your wallet. I'm like, huh? Like, what? I am broke. I'm on my way to Les Schwab to go get my brakes fixed. I'm arguing with God. I'm like, no, I don't have the money for that. What? And then the response was, well, how much money do you have in your wallet? And I was like, I think I have like $22, and they're probably going to make me put down like at least a $20, down payment. And I'm just going to try to see if they'll accept the cash that I have, because I'm literally broke. So I can't just give this guy the last bit of my money. So I finally decided, like, okay, well, I don't want to just be a giver, and I really need to get my life together. So I'm just going to ponder this for a minute. And if this is really God speaking and a sign from God, then I'm going to need more than just hand over your last $20, because this just could be me being, naive again. So get to Les Schwab. I give them my keys. I go sit down. We do the thing. They come back rather quickly. Probably within like 30 minutes, they're done. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's unusual. And I walk up to the counter, and the guy goes, well, your car looks good. There's nothing wrong with it. Huh? And I'm like, the GMC, the Yukon, like, he's handing me my keys. Like, he's like, it's clear that he's got the right person, the right car, but I'm like questioning this man. I'm like making him repeat himself. I said, I brought the car in for you guys to look at my front brakes. They were going bad in last year in like June. And he was like, your brake pads still have like over 60% left on them. Your rotors and struts look fine. As far as we can tell, there's nothing wrong with your brakes. He says your tire pressures were a little off, but we fixed that for you. Y'all, I drove right back and gave that man my last $22. And the only thing I said to him was, God told me to give this to you.